Hi everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to my channel. In this video today, we are going to be talking about 5 organizing rules that everybody should follow, also known as you're probably bad at organizing, because I'm not very good at organizing. I'm going to tell you that right from the hop. So if you're new here and you're like, why am I going to listen to this guy who doesn't talk about organizing? I always do organization videos and I say the same thing, which is you should be listening to me because you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to set the bar really low. Like I'm going to set the bar really low for you. We're going to do some really basic stuff, which is great because if you have some super crazy person who's going to tell you all there is to know about organizing, because this is what they do for fun. These are the people that like decant all their like cereals into tiny little boxes that they buy on Amazon. You know those people? That you're not going to do that. So why are you listening to them? You need to listen to somebody like me, okay? So with that in mind, let's get going. And of course, before I get started, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is Bambu Labs. Bambu, okay, when I said that I was working with Bambu on this video, I can tell you that my dad and my friend were very, very excited. So maybe you've had somebody that's told you that maybe you might want to think about getting a 3D printer. I'm here to say I have one now and I get the hype. So Bambu Lab sent me the Bambu Lab P2S, which is really great. You can stick it in an office. It's kind of cute. It's like this little wonder machine that you can 3D print all your organization needs for your entire home. So like usually when I need to organize a drawer or a bathroom or a desk, I end up buying sort of generic bins from cheap retailers that never quite fit the space just right, you know? But lately I've just been printing my own organizers, and the best part is that I can completely customize the colors, the shape, the texture, the dimensions, everything I want, anything and everything that I want in order to get the exact aesthetic that I'm looking for. And it's honestly really easy to use. I was really worried about how complicated this was going to be, but it's just like it's got a little 5-inch screen there and you just punch it in and it just prints it all for you like magic. It has an intuitive UI that operates basically kind of just like your smartphone. So you don't have to be a tech wizard or like no smart algorithms or anything like that. It's just honestly really, really simple. It just does these perfect little prints layer by layer. Honestly, it could take a couple hours sitting there in the corner. It's pretty quiet actually. And then you get all your little organizing bins. They also have this thing called Maker World, which is their handy little app that you can use. You can just like pick your different filament color and you hit print and it's just got all these things. So you're not designing all this stuff necessarily yourself. You can, but I don't. But you basically have everything that you would need on Maker World and they've designed it all for you. So just click and print and you're good. And by the way, in this video, I'm gonna be featuring a lot of the things that I printed from my Bambu Labs P2S. So you get to see all that stuff as I go through the video. The Bambu Lab P2S delivers industry-leading professional grade quality at a price that is actually accessible. So if you want to stop settling for sort of the cheap, poorly fitting organizers and unlock infinite creative opportunities for yourself, click on the link in the description. And as I said, check out all the stuff in this video that I have made. The person who can't DIY a damn thing, look what I can do. Okay, so let's talk about it and let's get back to the video. Okay, first on my list for your pattern organizing is going to be for you to make the easy choice the right choice. So this is something that I have been guilty of where you sort of think the best of yourself, and I love that. I love that you do, as you know, that's a good thing in general, but for organization, sometimes it can get you into trouble because you could think that you're gonna do all this amazing stuff when you're excited and passionate, which is usually at the beginning of an organization project. But the reality of the day-to-day life that you lead, and I do, is that in the end, we're not going to do all those 17 steps in order to get something done. So you wanna make the easy choice the right choice. Put things where they need to be, right? Make it really easy. Put a basket by the stairs for you to load up your stuff as it's going up. So as you're going up the stairs, you just grab your laundry or your put away basket or whatever. It makes it so much easier for you to execute actually on a daily basis. Things like ditching lids for things that don't need them. You know, if you have a laundry basket and you have a lid on there or whatever, get one that doesn't have a lid. If it's a 2-step process for you to open the lid and put it in, if that's too much for you, again, low bar, get rid of the lid. You don't actually really need it. And that's true not just for laundry, but other areas of your home as well. And start storing those items next to where you actually use them, right? So the garbage recycling pullout, you know, you can open that up. You can put a little section there right in the drawer for you to put your garbage bags so that it's super simple for you to restock and you're not sitting there forgetting to take out the garbage or hunting around looking for garbage bags or having them stored somewhere else where it's just like really annoying to do, right? If you have a coffee station or a tea station, like I have my cute little tea caddy now that I of course 3D printed myself from Bambu Labs, you have these cute little things and they're aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and they operate right next to the items that you're already using in your home. So it's like super simple to just grab and use them rather than having to chase around and opening lids and opening drawers and doing the cupboard thing and inside plastic bins because again, ambitious you decided that you had like a Russian nesting doll of plastic bins to be able to access the stuff you need. Stop doing it. Put the stuff that you need next to this where you're actually gonna need it, so that you're actually gonna be consistent, because consistency beats your like fantasy organization system every single time. Okay, next on my list is gonna be like everything needs a home, and then specifically looking at that if you're going to invest in organization systems, which can be really helpful, buy ones that actually fit, right? Like ones that, the ill-fitting ones that are all rolling in your vanity in your bathroom, or the ones that you put in your drawers in your kitchen, or the ones that you've got in your front hall closet, if it doesn't fit properly, like it's too big or it's falling off the side or it doesn't quite fit the shelf properly, those ones are just gonna frustrate you. You're better off getting ones that actually fit. And if you're lucky and you're able to buy ones that fit perfectly and have little systems or whatever, then that's awesome. Also, of course, I'm gonna mention the sponsor of this video, naturally, which is that you can 3D print ones that are exactly the measurements that you want them to be. And that is what I have done, and it is so much easier because now you have a system where you can design the drawer as you want it to be, because everything is gonna fit, because you know exactly the dimensions before you start. So instead of hunting around a dollar store or shopping online or whatever and adding all this stuff to cart and hoping it's gonna fit, or finding the right thing that's the right dimensions for everything that you need, you can just actually just print them yourself, which is like actually way easier, I'll be honest. And again, I was kind of a skeptic on that, but like honestly, it is way easier. Also, I'm gonna take a minute here to also talk about cable management, which is something that is so chronic. And in my opinion, because the chronic need to have just wires all over the place, the nesting wires, first of all, this is where closed storage systems are often key, because if you have everything as open storage and you have all your wires all over your place, or they're hanging down the side of, you know, from the back of your television or whatever, neatly organizing all these things, those little strips that you can put over top of your cables next to your television, amazing. Those things can work really well. You can buy them all over the place, but of course you can also probably make your own, of course, as I said, but those things just hide the cables, because I just think it ruins these cables that are everywhere all over the place, are just like spider webs all over your house, and nothing is gonna like really ruin the aesthetic of your beautiful design. You can have like amazing furniture, you went and spent a whole bunch of money and you have wonderful art that you just like got everything so dialed in, but if you've got big freaking wires all over the place and not thought through, it just doesn't work. I got one here, even in my desk for my office. Don't forget, like if you have a home office or whatever, this is really an area, that on the television, where cable management is key. So I have this one that I have, which I printed, which is just like this. It's just so easy. All your little iPhone wires just like fit in these little grooves. It's super cute. You can just color match it to whatever you have, because you can just buy the filament to match whatever. So I got mine done in this brown, which matches walnut beautifully. And I can just have these, and then you can store your little iPhone wires in there, and it kind of keeps them all nice and organized so they're not loose all over the place. Okay, and then next on my list, next tip is gonna be to declutter before you organize. This decluttering, and I'm talking here like if you're a big spring cleaner, I get that. I like to do kind of, you know, you do one in May, you do one in September, you do one in January. Trust me, we're all doing the same thing, okay? So that's not innovative, everybody's doing that. But I do think if you're in the spirit to organize, and maybe this video's inspired you, then maybe declutter, not maybe, definitely declutter before you organize. Organized clutter, organized mess is still that. It's still clutter that you just don't need. There's no utility in it. It's not helpful, it's not pretty, it's not something that people are using, it's not functional, no one's liking it, okay? It's just clutter, it's just noise, right? So these things just feel, honestly, like it's true. I think the more you declutter, not only will your place look better, but you will feel better. It feels lighter. And I would personally, one thing I try to do is a lot more kind of micro decluttering. Like instead of just doing those three big ones a year, your place looks really great for a couple of weeks after those declutters, but then your place just looks like crap for the rest of the year. So rather than do that, I personally like to declutter on a more regular basis. So when you clean your house on a regular basis, declutter at the same time. But yes, if you're gonna implement some super cool, amazing organization scheme, I'd love that for you. Don't forget to declutter before you bring in those organization systems. It just makes sense. It's like when you have your clothing and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna go out shopping. Don't just pile clothes that don't fit you anymore with the new stuff. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't fit you anymore before you go shopping. And this also, by the way, includes in the kitchen, all those different packages and all sorts of things that you've got kicking around, okay? So if you've got chip bags and crackers and all sorts of things that, you know, maybe you're at the dregs, you just got a little bit left, it's time to go. Or of course, if you have chip clips, bag clips, whatever, like these ones that I printed, they become so much easier to be able to use, because now you can actually organize some of those things so they don't go stale on you and you're not chucking them out later anyway. But if you have a lot of that stuff that's like at its near end, you're hanging on to the fact that you're gonna eat those 6 crackers, but maybe you're just not going to, and maybe they're stale, and maybe you just need to, food is clutter as well if you're not too careful. Okay, the next tip that really works well for me is to store items where I actually use them. So this is kind of like making the right choice the easy choice, but what I'm speaking to here is more about functionally where it lives in your home. So things like your sunglasses, your wallet, your keys. I have a cute dish that I now have at the front of the room. And honestly, having it right by the front door, I know that seems so super simple and basic, having a drop zone, I've talked about it many times, but it really, really does help because it just sort of eliminates the, where's my wallet, where's my headphones, where's my keys, that sort of situation. You know what I mean? Which I do all the time. Where's my sunglasses? Where's my whatever? Now, I don't really need to wonder because it's always in the same place. It's so much easier to use. You can get trays all over the place. There's marble trays, there's wood trays, there's of course printed trays. You have lots of different options of like how you want to do it. And there's so many different things, but having drop zones and storing places where they actually are required to be in your home is so much more helpful. Okay, and then building on that, I also want you to think about the fact that your prime real estate is for those everyday items that you use all the time and store everything else. I'm bad for this in the kitchen, although I am getting better. So for me, having the kitchen countertop devoted to appliances, you know, kitchen countertop appliance addiction continues. You know, I love a kitchen countertop appliance. There is no product that Ninja has made. I'm thinking about the slushie, you guys, but there's no other product that a Ninja has made that I do not really like probably own. And if I don't own it from Ninja, I probably own it from somebody else that is like basically a competitor, because I just think that I love a kitchen countertop appliance. I told you I just recently got a popcorn maker. It's an air popper. It was super exciting. I feel like it's back in the 80s again. Remember we had air popper when, I don't know, maybe you did, back in the 80s. It was probably a brown plastic. You know the one I'm talking about? Guess what? They sell those again. You just need to go buy one. So anyway, I have one of those now. So that is not gonna go on my kitchen countertop. That is prime real estate, okay? That is stuff that you're gonna use. So I want you to think, what are the things that you actually use every day? What are the things that you don't? If you don't eat a lot of toast and you maybe eat toast once every couple of weeks, then maybe don't put the toaster right there on the countertop. Maybe it's useless there. And maybe you might want to store it in a pantry or in a cupboard drawer or something like that in somewhere else in your kitchen. If you have your daily green smoothie, then maybe your Vitamix earns a place there. If you're a person who only uses it once every couple of months or something, well then, you know, maybe it needs to go and be stored, right? Prime real estate in your home. What are your kind of golden zones? What are those areas that are really, really important that you make sure that you nail them? You know what I mean? You have like some spots, could be next to your bedside table, could be next to your entryway, could be in the mudroom, where you've got a countertop area or one area that is just prime real estate storage opportunity. And then you think, what are the best things that are actually for that space? Those are gonna be your everyday items, the thing that you use all the time. And all the other stuff that you don't use that often, store that in a place that's probably in behind some closed shelving, because if it's open shelving, your place is gonna be a cluttered mess again. But if it's behind closed shelving, you're gonna be much better off. So that's it for me for today's video. Thank you all. If you wanna check out the Bambu PTS, go ahead. So thank you Bambu Labs for sponsoring this video. And I'm gonna link here to another organization video that I did that you might find helpful. Again, it's a low bar, and that's what we like to do around here when it comes to the world of organization. So I'll see you all in that one. Thanks a lot. Bye.